Hello everyone, welcome back to everybody's favourite ACC community. This is LFM, and this time we are at Oulton Park. Now, technically my home race. We were hoping for a bit of home luck, but that could not be found. Two races to bring you, so let's go through the highlights of them now. So race 1 starting, we're going to pile down towards the first corner, sticking tight to the inside, very cautious, don't want to get involved in any turn 1 incidents. There's some cars now outside, we're going to have to stick to the inside. There's carnage ahead, the Honda's hit one of the Astons, there's somebody else off to the left. We end up riding the grass and hitting the curb and spinning out. And our cautious start has gone down the drain. Somehow we don't get collected there. We're going to try and spin around. And, yeah, we're just going to cut that. That was quite embarrassing. And then we cut back to the end of lap 1. It took us that long to catch somebody. But we are flying up on the back of this McLaren now as we come into the final corner. Closing seconds a lap on the car, we get a really good run out of the last turn. We sit in his slipstream as we come up the start-finish straight. And then we're going to dart to the inside, late on the brakes, we get the inside line, and that is a perfect clean move. And that puts us up into 19th. Quite a fall from grace to say that we should have been in the top 10, but anyway. Now we'll move on to the end of lap 2. See, there's a load of dirt being kicked up there, and we have a fellow Honda who's gone off into the wall there at the chicane. Probably clipped too much of the curb. It's a very common mistake to make, and we'll bag a freebie, and we're up into 17th. Now moving on again, now to the end of lap 4. There's a big moment there from the BMW coming out of the hairpin, which hopefully we can capitalise on as we come down into the chicane. Take a tight line through the left and then the right, and then we're going to exit through here. The BMW just slows down. Not quite sure what they were doing. I think they were trying to let me through for some reason, after seeing my pace, but I did not expect them to do that. But anyway, no harm done. And then we don't really see a single other soul until lap 11, where we have this Porsche who spun coming out of Island Bend, hit the wall and retired. So we've picked up a few freebies as well in the process, so that has put us up to 12th position as we start the last lap. But unfortunately in this race we can't do any better. So as we come across the line now, we are going to come home in 12th. Ignore the fact that it says 10 or 9 in the end. We do finish 12th. One more lap, we could have got 11th, but it was a good recovery race overall. Now, moving on to race number 2. Now, this race is a prime example, just like the first one, of why you need to practice. Now we're going to go very cautiously again into the first corner, staying tight to the inside. This time we're going to cover off the left, just to make sure nobody can get through and open up our line. Now we're going to stay tight to the inside through the left-hander to make sure no one can sneak past. We've had a very clean start, no crashes this time, which is a miracle, especially for the rookies lobbies in general. No turn 1 incidents. We're going to come up onto the Audi now. The Porsche behind me looking very racy, having a little cheeky sneak to the inside, but decided the gap was going to close, and rightfully so, good driving from the Porsche. Now a bit further on, we're coming to the Hislop chicane. We've got a car spinning there, and somehow I don't get collected by the Porsche, but we are going to lose one place to a different Porsche, but we are going to keep the original Porsche behind us still. So after all of that, we lose one, game 1, still 9th. Now we're coming to the end of lap 1, we're still in this little train of cars. We get very wide coming through the right-hander, which is going to give the Porsche a run on us coming up the hill. And it doesn't help that we hit a bump and bounce off the rev limiter there. He's going to get closer and closer as we approach Island Bend, but then he's going to back off. And we get the superior exit, and we manage to maintain 9th position. Coming through now to lap 3 through the very fast left-hander, and the Porsche in front is going to do a beautiful move on the Audi, straight up the inside, very nicely done. Audi left the door open. So now, can we chase the Audi down? We come to lap 4, we're still chasing the Audi. Not quite managed to get him, but there is a car that spun off there. That's another freebie that moves us up to 7th position. Now we're still behind the Audi at the end of lap 4. We come through the final bend. We're a bit wide. We've spun on the exit curve. We've clipped the wall on the inside, and that is a disaster. We're going to spin the car around now, hold the brakes, and then get thumped by a Porsche. He could see us doing that from a mile away. I don't know how he didn't manage to avoid us. That's a prime example of why people online need to respect yellow flags. He did not lift at all and has ploughed the back of me and has given me some aero damage now. The McLaren there nearly shot off into the wall. So once again, it's a recovery drive. Now we're still chasing the McLaren as we figure out what damage is done to the car. And it's just going to get worse for us here. We're going to get the line all wrong, skim the wall again, and it's just a result of the damage. The car isn't quite feeling what it used to. And we're going to lose another position here to the Mercedes and drop down to 17th place. But then the Mercedes gets it all wrong in Island Bend, and we do quite a beautiful move up his inside, just absolutely foot to the floor stuff. And that's going to move us to 16th. But now we come to the climax here. We're coming round the sweeping left-hander, clip the curb, and then from here, I'm a passenger.
6.3. Yellow flag.